Good evening. It's Airbad here, and stream number 4. I think it's been nearly a month since I last streamed, so it's been a bit of a while. But I just thought it would be a short stream, impromptu. Went live. Thought I'd show a little bit of the final throes of the Gnut fusion. Also, maybe do a little bit of Doom Tower, maybe a little bit of Arena. Just a little bit of a few different things, and just kind of see out this Sunday. Right, so first things first, if we have a look at the Fusion, we've got 3 of the Force Epics are level 49 5-star, so they're pretty much good to go. And then the Void is a 5-star level 1. I'm probably going to end up brewing this champion to 5-star 50 once CVC begins. So it's a little bit of a plan ahead there. We should still be able to fuse during CVC on Tuesday. And we should also have a bit of overlap with champion training. So I'll get those little extra points when we come in here and we toss in all the brews. As you can see, it will end up using 52 brews. We'll get all these points as extra champion training points, CVC points, and then obviously fuse Gnut and get another 40,000 points thereafter. What else? In terms of Arena, I'm on the cusp of this silver 1, but the problem is the defenses just aren't strong enough. Defense 1 and 2 are kind of okay, but defense 3 is pretty weak. I've tried a few different things, but they're all pretty weak. Doesn't matter what I try. I think eventually, once I've leveled up Vogoth and finished building Seeker, that will probably work quite nicely as a third team. Otherwise, even further down the field, once we get Mithrala, that will be even stronger. So yeah, basically Void Champions worth brewing generally, because you do end up with quite a lot of extra Void brews and it's pretty tricky to use them. So the other 3 I just leveled up in campaign. We've got a little bit more to do, but not too much. So that'll be pretty comfortable. What build do I suggest for Gnut? Well, we'll see when I get him. I think I'll end up going quite fast with high survivability, will be my intention. I probably won't be able to have the gear to get really good damage out of his other skills, but rely really on the A3, the max HP skill to kind of be the boss killing champion, the boss killing ability. Yeah, that's basically my plan. Let's just quickly do a little bit of Arena. We go. In terms of the Doom Tower, on the normal side, I've just got the final boss to do. I thought I'd leave that for this stream so we can go and do the final boss together. And then on the hard side, it's a bit tricky. I have progressed a bit further from the last video I put out. I think in that video I got up to floor 89 potentially, and now we're a bit further. I wonder if I can do that. That's probably going to be tricky. This one I might be able to win the speed race. Equally, it's not speed into speed, so even if their Arbiter goes first, good chance I'd cut in, grid and go in there, get the freezers out, and then Gembo clean sweep. So yeah, just able to farm as long as they're kind of teams that I can take out. I avoid Mithrala because I know I won't be able to crowd control her, and my team is reliant on crowd control. I generally look for relatively low team power, single speed booster teams, or defensive teams that aren't that strong either. This is another example where we might be able to, but Broadmoor does have the speed here, but it is only a small TM fill, so there's a decent chance I'll be able to cut in, but this is a bit more 50-50. In fact, we win the speed race outright. We'll see how much we get the kills. I have to take it off auto at this point. And we'll just make sure that we can get the freeze on Arbiter. And I think I want to kill All Mother so we don't die. We'll take the stuns. Arbiter will probably revive. This still might be a loss. See if we can wrestle back control. Freeze out on their damage dealer. Having to manage the fight here a little bit. Here I that's not ideal. Hopefully we'll get the freezes out again. Try kill them. We just got the one sill. What do I think about Gnut and Dark Fae? Well, I mean, he should be phenomenal for it. I haven't really watched many videos. I think I saw one video of him very early on, you know, just at the beginning of the fusion, but I've been really busy the last 2 weeks trying to do the fusion, but also I was away from Wednesday evening through to today, and then last weekend we had visitors as well, so it's been pretty hectic on the real life side of things. So I haven't seen a lot of videos, but no one actually managed to do anything on Dark Fae, I'd imagine, because I don't think the test server had Dark Fae, and obviously we've got another, month and a bit before rotation 3 comes around. But he should be damn strong for it. I would say with Dark Fae, you'll probably want to build him quite squishy, or you want a real damage dealer to take him out. So it depends what your team composition is. On my side, on this account, I'd probably be looking to build him quite squishy. Have a attack-based champion do the AoE nuke, free it up. Right, let's try and do this. Let's see what do we have a saved team for Frostspider? Yes, we do. Give this one a go. I think one of my issues with Frostspider on this team composition is I'm reliant on the increased accuracy from Razelvarg to actually have enough accuracy. And actually looking at this, I think we can speed this up. This shouldn't be the team we're using at all. So let's go in here, take out Demitha, add in Theodore. That should make it a little bit faster. We'll see. Brandon, I'm doing well, thank you. It's nearly 8:30 here, so it's not going to be a long stream. Got work tomorrow, but yeah, I just thought I'd jump on and show a little bit of what's happening on the account, do a little bit of Arena, do a little bit of Doom Tower, show that the fusion is underhand, and talk a little bit about the intention with CVC and kind of how I'm going to focus on the account, like what the next steps are. Get this right Spiderling killed first if I can, because this Spiderling will cleanse the main spider, which is really annoying. I'll just force click that one, and then we should be in a good position. In this team here, we've got the increased accuracy from Razelvarg, we've got HP burn from Artak, Theodore will extend the burns and also explode them, and then Brogni as a backup burner also gives us the block debuffs, just generally gives us a strong tankiness. We then have Cleanser in Doom Priest, which really does help when we take on the debuffs from the Frostspider, which can be quite annoying, things like decreased accuracy and the freezes, although this is normal and we seem to be doing a decent job of not getting too many debuffs. Like, we seem to have a bit of resistance, which is doing okay. Hopefully we can extend this HP burn a bit, make sure that We might take it off auto, in fact, and do manual at the end just to make sure that the spider dies to HP burn. You heard a few people got to see my face, yes, at the meetup when Deadwood was over in London. A few select people did see me in the flesh, not just as a voice, but not many. I maintain my enigma. Take it off auto because I want to make sure we actually have HP burn up. Just manual for a second. Need to get that increased accuracy back. Otherwise, potentially we can get the HP burn on from Brogni, but yeah, thought we'd probably get the resist. And we got the resist there as well. I probably should have held back the A3 from Artak. Hopefully we'll be able to get this done. Stay one again. Try and get this HP burn on. We managed it this time. Now it should be plain sailing. We'll just extend that. And then we'll just blow it up. And there you go. Job done. Do I have any plans to do a face reveal? Well, not really, is the answer. I don't know, like if in the future, if this became something I was taking more seriously as kind of like a professional thing, then yes, but currently I have no plans to quit the day job, and I'm just kind of doing this as a side gig just to share the knowledge, share the experience of the game, just give my own perspective and be a bit different. Basically, it's also quite an interesting skill to learn because it's very different. I've never done anything quite like streaming or even video creation. If you think of the actual YouTube videos that I put out, like it's a very different skill set. Until you've tried it, it's hard to imagine actually how different you have to think and speak and present yourself to be able to do it. And I wouldn't say I'm the best at it by any stretch of the imagination, but it has been interesting to learn something new, which maybe professionally in my own job there aren't as many new things to learn because I've been doing it for a long time. So this has been quite an interesting thing to have on the side. Actually, whilst we are here, it's been asked for a very, very long time that I'd set up my own Discord, and I did actually do it about 2 or 3 weeks ago. But I didn't forget, but I never actually included it in any videos, and I was like, eventually, in the next stream, I'll kind of present it and I'll add it in and all that, but then I just never did. So anyway, I'll post it in here. That should be the Discord that I've set up, hopefully, if it's done correctly. Again, it's not something I'm that au fait with, so I did get a little bit of help setting it up. Anyway, hopefully it'll be fine and people can jump in. Do I think buying a tag team refill during non-CBC to try and compete is good? Yes, I do, generally. I think if there's a tag team tournament going on and you want to get the side rewards, it's worth picking up some refills for it. Typically just get the 15 gem one each day if you can see in this particular tournament I'm at just shy of 3200. I don't know if we're going to end up finishing first or second. I think it might be a bit too far. I think by the time this finishes is going to be 9 a.m. tomorrow, so I'll have been at work for a couple of hours. It's going to be tricky. I won't really be in a position to snipe it. I prefer the tag team to finish on a Sunday morning if it's something that I could potentially snipe. But we do have 2 more tokens, so let's try and find a couple of teams to beat. Now, with my teams here, I need to go up against teams that ideally not 3 speed teams, because that's going to be tricky. because my Razelvarg team's not that fast. Like, I prefer to put this against a sort of tank team, and then I'd use my Arbiter against one of their speed teams, and then my third team, again, I've tried lots of different combinations of champions, and it's just pretty weak at the moment. So I wouldn't consider this a good setup for me. I'd say that's looking quite risky. We go here. This is arguably a better candidate for my Razelvarg Brogni team. I feel like there's a good chance there. I am a bit concerned with Hefrak. Can be a bit of a problem. I will throw the first fight. There's absolutely no way I can win that whatsoever. Second fight's also a bit problematic because this Kaimar is probably reasonably quick, but I think my Arbiter will be faster. So let's give it a go. Let's see. Like I said, fight one, we're just going to lose. I could probably just skip it, but we might as well just see how little we succeed. I'll just click auto, but I'm pretty sure we'll just get completely caned. Yep, like I said. I can't be bothered to wait. I'm too impatient. Right, so we're planning on going for 2 out of 3 anyway. Let's see if we get the freezes off. We did. I'm a bit worried about this, actually, to be honest. Let's see what we can do. Not great. Freeze off. So I think we're going to probably should have frozen Weimar. This is not looking so good. Let's see if we can kill Kaimar. We can't. Yeah, this is looking like a loss now, isn't it? It was a bit too tanky. I couldn't get anywhere through the shields. Let's just buff ourselves and see, reduce the duration of their buffs. We couldn't get leech out on a couple. Should be okay against the Hefrak at that point. Now try and target the Hefrak. Let's see if we can get any of these buffs stripped with Brogni. So we've kind of got 2 champions that can do buff reduction, which is why I don't mind going against these kind of teams. We've got Skaramis and Brogni. Do that, and if we can take down their main threat, the Hefrak here, should be in a decent position. How fast is my Lydia on the main? I don't think she's that fast. I think she's currently built around 270, if I remember correctly. I don't tend to build her for like max speed at all. I don't actually use her that much. Let's try and reduce that buff duration. As you can see, that worked quite nicely. Go in and provoke them. I think if we... who do we want to target? Probably the Helicath would be the one to take down next. A little bit worried about Skaramis staying alive, to be honest, but we should be okay. Down. Take down all of these support champions. We then just have Death Knight to deal with. Take down first at this point. See extra buffs. Dying. Stunned now. And we should be fine. So you can see that's how that team should work. We just couldn't beat the second team. And this is why I struggle with the top end of bronze into silver. I don't think I quite have the teams yet. I think I'm missing really 1 or 2 like arena focused champions or champions that people will be scared about. My teams aren't scary. Like, whereas I look at this and I'm like, oh, I don't want to fight Mithrala, I don't want to fight Uko. No one's really looking at my team thinking they don't want to fight it, but this team should be able to deal with their third team here. I reckon my Arbiter team Visionary do. Speed into speed, that's actually quite risky. They might win that one. In which case, maybe we can actually just take down Skullcrown and Geomancer with our team here and just deal with Mithrala and Death Knight thereafter. So what I will do in that regard is I'll probably take out Crit, bring in Rhonda, and I think we're still going to lose this, but let's try something a bit different again. So tankiness and an HP aura for Mistreated, and we'll toss in our 6-star Husk, who's still built so badly it really doesn't matter. I will catch up on chat as soon as I've done this tag team as well. As we expected, we lost fight 1. That was no problem. Should be able to get the kills. And I think I'm going to lock out Mithrala. Should get the kill on our Death Knight. Mithrala again. So I think we're on track to win 2 out of 3. Process here. As long as we can get in and get the provoke, I think we're in a good position to kill the Sill and the Uko. Ideally, if we get another stun someone. No, we didn't, but again, try to decrease speed. Try and outright kill Sill, and then now we're in a good position. And auto at that point. Right, do you use Hell Hades Optimizer? Yes, I do. If so, when building Gnut, do you prioritize A3 for damage or use overall damage? I won't use damage when I'm building Gnut on the challenge account. I will be using a combination of balanced and solving for speed, and then survival mode. I'll mostly be prioritizing survival at a given speed and accuracy threshold. Right then, we are done on those. If I had more time, I probably would get the 15 gem refill, but it's already 20 to 9, and I don't think that's going to happen today. What else have we got left to do? We got a little bit of faction wars. One thing I will show is I managed to get to 39 stars on Sylvan Watchers. 3-starred all the way to stage 13. And that was basically Creedon doing everything. And I used 3 of the fusion epics to flesh out my team. So if we go down, I had Creedon here, and then I had Ornn just as a 5-star level 28 with a little bit of gear just tossed on, like it's not a good build at all. And then 3 naked epics for the fusion, and that was me able to get 39 stars. I was pretty happy as the start there. I couldn't quite do stage 14 though. I didn't have any form of survivability or healing. But we're going to need another 3 champions, because I don't think I actually have 5 champions. I think I only have 2. Sylvan Watchers, Creedon and Ornn. And I don't think I have any copies currently of any of these. But actually, not would be quite nice. You do get this revive, get a little bit of an all ally heal with increased defense on a 3-turn cooldown. It's actually a pretty good kit. But sadly, we weren't able to get an extra copy of anything from the fusion. So, oh well. Right, what else was I going to show? I think we've done the tag team. We'll just quickly see if there's anything more to do in Classic. Again, I quite like to take down this team if it wasn't for Mithrala. The rest of those are looking pretty tricky. I don't like taking Duchess because I rely on my freezes or Broke from Skaramis. I tend to avoid teams that have block debuffs if I can. There's no point trying to take down teams that you're pretty confident you won't be able to beat. I actually think I've got a decent chance on this. I'm not expecting Uko to be super fast. At that kind of team power, I was going to say I'm not expecting a lot of Stone Skin, but there was some Stone Skin. So just take it off. We'll manual it here if we can get the freeze on Warlord. Help try and reduce the turn meter. Actually, I don't think I've got Evil Eye currently on. I was hoping to freeze the block damage, steal rather the block damage. But now we're in a bad position. I think we're just going to die either way, but I will try and freeze Rhonda. There we go. Get another chance. Kill Rhonda. Try and go the freeze again. This is kind of how my arena goes. You have to try and abuse the Creedon freezes as much as possible. Should be in a good position. I think what I'm probably going to end up doing with Creedon is actually giving him Fearsome Presence. Because I think with Creedon and Gnut, I'm going to be in a good position to take further strides in Fire Knight, basically. So, yeah. Some music would be great. Well, it would, and I thought last time I'd cracked it, I found like a streaming playlist on Spotify, and I streamed with it, and then what happened? A load of not strikes, but like copyright claims. So there's like a series of them, so like that clearly didn't work. So, if it's something I end up doing regularly, I'll pay for like a subscription to Soundstripe or something, but as it stands, if I'm only going to stream, like once or twice a month, it's probably not actually worth it. So we'll see. Right, the other thing actually I wanted to do was a bit of Doom Tower secret rooms. See how many we can do. Void champions. Well, we've got 5 6-stars. Do we have an aura that is usable? Yes, we have a Doom Tower 1, and we have a accuracy, and we have a all battles defense. So we've got a couple of options there. If we get those extra buffs like that, we can now one-shot someone with our Shamil. And we should probably take down that. I will hold back my A3 because I can cycle quickly. We'll increase duration of our buffs. Go in here, reduce the turn meter, go for an A1. A1. So I'm trying to manage the cooldowns because I want to make sure when we get to the second wave, we will have things off cooldown. We'll just be carefully going through each one. I think we should be. Now we'll find out that I didn't save the increase attack. Fantastic. Still managed to get the kill. But no increased attack and only 2 buffs definitely didn't help. Do I remember which video in which you go through accessory cleansing? I don't think I did accessories in stream or in a video. I don't think there is one. I don't think so anyway. Maybe if there is, someone else can say otherwise. But maybe I can do next weekend like another gear cleanse stream, something like that. There's probably quite a lot to be done on at least one of the accounts. I cycle back if I use the A2, so let's just A1, cycle slowly this way, use our A1s, try and get all of our skills off cooldown. Oh, we tried, but Shamil killed them. And we can't buffs. Well, this looks like a bit of an annoying wave. So what are we actually going to do here? Well, we've got heal reduction from Cold Heart, so that will help. Let's do that. Let's get some heal reductions on over there. Increased attack and decreased defense not going to help us. I'll just try and get the fears off. And we'll just have to deal with it. At least reduce the cooldown of everything there. This is a bit annoying. Heal ourselves. I think we'll be fine. We'll eventually win it, but it's not ideal. We can also steal buffs, so we've got quite a few avenues here. That's kind of annoying. And reduce the duration again there. Heart Seeker. It keeps getting slept. Kill him up anyway. Because I think we'll eventually win this. But it is quite an annoying... And they've got 4 revivers. And we don't exactly have the best built champions around. I just let him die, to be honest. At least I can revive him. Right, and steal there. Right, and get some heal reductions going. And hope for some fears. Work. Get some kills. We still can't kill him. Kill ourselves again. If we can do something here, I think we're slowly getting to a slightly better position. Heal reduction on this Siffy over here. Let's kill the Siffy. Then try here. take down that Siffy, get the fears, take down this Siffy. Like I said, I think we'll eventually get there. I was right, but it was a slow run. But often with these secret rooms, the best thing to do if you are not super strong is just to do it manually. Like that's often going to be the best way. What can we do? Sacred Order. Well, we're basically going to run the faction war team. Again, we're just going to run it on manual. You can see we have a shield set or a bolster set. We then have a double buffer. We get 3 buffs. With that, we use the Shabil to kill someone, and then we rely on True Fear. And that's my strategy for Sacred Order, basically. Should probably try and kill Sir Nick so we don't end up with Unkillable. And control them again. Hope we're not worried about. We should probably take down, I think that's Abyss, who do good damage. And at this point, we just want to be cycling back to have our skills ready for the next wave. And we'll just do the same thing again. So here, I would say Cupidus is probably the biggest risk. I will take down Cupidus. Just deal with the rest of them. Get rid of these Venuses. Would it be the next best thing to do? They're quite squishy actually. This is normal secret rooms, so they're usually not too difficult. How do I make a decision for champion trainings which are worth to go for? Well, it's a very simple one. On the main account, if it has a legendary book, I'll go for it. Has generally been my strategy for a very long time. I'm going to cleanse off the bombs with Sanguina in a second. Just do Sacrificial Lamb, removes the debuffs. And then on the challenge account, I'll go for every legendary book. But I tend to do pretty much all of them because I have so many champions that I need to train up. I'm typically, anytime there's a champion training on this challenge account, I am going for it. Try and get as many 6 stars as I can. And I'm now beginning to work on getting some 50s for secret rooms as well. Again, we'll just use the Shamil to get the True Fear, take down the Cupidus, who's the most annoying champion in this lineup, and then we'll take down the partner Venus once more. Yeah, I mean, some are longer, some are shorter on the champion training, but if it has a legendary book, I'll just do it anyway. Is pretty much my strategy. Like, they're generally always quite achievable. Dungeon divers are another thing. They tend to require a lot of resources, and I generally don't think they're that worthwhile. So I won't go out of my way to do the dungeon divers. Is saving shards a discipline or delayed gratification? Delayed disappointment is my mindset on it. Is that most of the time when you're pulling... Oh, I don't think we're going to be able to do this just yet. But maybe when we get Drexar a little bit higher. But let's give it a go anyway. Got that. We'll just... I mean, I have literally no gear on Trex. So this is whether Husk can do it in his current build, which isn't a great build, to be honest. So, like I said, not great. Let's just auto it. Maybe we should take down that Scartosis. Probably be the best approach to take here. If we even can. Otherwise, it might be a case that once we get Drexar a little bit better built. That might be what I'm doing. Let's try and take down this Androphon. Well, I tried, but he's now in Vale, which is just about survived. We kind of have enough damage. It's whether Jamasa can stay alive, really. Because these other two champions are just going to die every time. Or Maiden's built terribly, and Drexar has literally no gear on him. So we need to try and kill the bad L, basically. That's the main one, and then probably the Candraphon thereafter. A1 this bad L. Quickly out the way. I thought that was a Candraphon, but actually it's a Blood Gorge. We'll just A1 there. This Blood Gorge can do block revive. It's going to be a problem if off, because we're very much reliant on reviving. Let's see where Jamasa is on that revive. Revive once more. Should just be able to A1 quickly. This Vizier takes a turn. I was hoping we'd get the provoke off, but we didn't. But still, I think we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this secret room done, despite having not a fantastically built setup here. Get some stuns away. Oh, look at that. RNG. In fact, we're gonna give a little cheeky heal to Husk to boost the turn meter, and we're going to try and get the Skull Crusher down because we didn't want that to happen. Oh, that was exactly what we were trying to avoid. And I think we'll go for the healer next, since we failed to... I don't know why I didn't get the counterattack on everyone. It's weird. Anyway. Dead. So we'll take down Skull Crusher quickly. Try and take these Razin down. Get the stun out again. Amazing RNG. That never normally happens. Is 1 year and 10 months with 59 6-stars and no Lydia bad? Well, I'd say with 59 6-stars, probably should have Lydia, to be honest. Unless you've been really unlucky with your champion distribution, that is a lot of 6-star champions. I'm not going to make you watch this, because this will be the slowest room ever. It's literally going to be Brogdie and Demitha being unkillable. But maybe we'll come back to that one. Let's try and find a slightly quicker one. This will be quick. And Skaramis. And Skaramis has an HP aura. I mean, this should be just a nice, easy auto, this room. Would have been better if Artak had opened with the HP burn, but you know. His auto AI is sometimes questionable. Let's take it off auto quickly, use A1s, and then put it back on auto. We'll go for this Sir Nick. I mean, the thing with Lydia is it does depend on your RNG. So I don't think there's any set benchmark as to exactly when you should get her, particularly if you are playing free to play and you maybe it becomes very dependent on when you got Ultra Nightmare on farm, and therefore when you're able to get a consistent source of shards, and then what kind of luck you have on the pulls. But once you have a decent kind of set of champions for each faction, it just becomes about putting the work in. And sometimes you just have to spend time and silver re-gearing champions and making it work, because you don't always need the optimum set of champions for for every faction. There are so many ways to beat faction wars. You just need to find a way. All right, we have Razelvarg, who I think is just going to solo it, to be honest. Not even worth putting the rest of them in. Might as well just let Razelvarg do it. Yeah, I'd definitely say, as has been mentioned by RSL Karki, I would start at least with looking at my faction war guides and see if they help you. I do have a budget guide for every single faction, and in each of those guides I really try and talk through the strategies required. Just take this off auto. I'm a bit concerned with that war chief. Quickly do that. We got the provoke. That's a thing. I needed to get the A2 off to heal myself. See if we can just slip in. Just about to heal ourselves. That was pretty clutch. Kill the Longbeard. I need another A2. Heal ourselves again. Each champions here and there. Yeah, so my Budget Faction War series, I try and talk about the boss mechanics and how to approach each faction crypt rather than focusing on specific champions. There are ways of getting around, if you don't have a reviver or you don't have a healer, you can always bring regen sets, you can always bring stun sets. There's also ways you can abuse, so I've got block buffs here, so I'm not going to use my increase speed buff just yet. I will get the leech out though, and now I'll do it. And I'll focus this Hack-On, because Hack-On's a pain. So you can abuse Stone Skin, you can abuse stun set, you can abuse regen set. There's a lot of different ways of approaching it, and it really just depends which factions you have problems with, what champions you have, and then you figure out what the gap is. Oh, shall we solo it again? Why not? It won't be as fast, but it should still work. Just because we can. It's always fun to solo if you can get away with it. This is definitely a bit slower, and it still might actually fail. My Teodor is not built as strongly as I would like, particularly with these counterattacks. But I think we're actually probably going to die. What I should have done was at least give the food, so he'll get the increased speed, but I didn't. Yeah, so there's definitely ways of beating each faction crypt using cheesy strategies. Well, I guess it's not really fully cheese. Oh, actually, let's not bother with this. Not when there's a Duchess. So we'll just actually bring in a team and do this a bit quicker. Didn't seem worth it. As soon as I saw that Duchess, I was like, that's just going to take too long. So let's just kill it with a full team. We don't have to hang around watching this Teodor struggle. Again, here I'll just force target the Duchess. I got disgusting luck with my free-to-play Legos. Well, yeah, I mean, I got two good legendaries in Brogni and Theodore, but I haven't had like that many legendaries. I mean, I've had better luck than some, but there's definitely a lot of people who have done the free-to-play challenge series. Not so much on the content creator side, but out of the whole community that have had much more luck in terms of champions. You know, there's people with like Warlord, Siphi, various champions, Duchess, etc. Yeah, I mean, it's so arbitrary. There's so many champions in the game. I think most legendaries that are above mid tier, any kind of mid tier upwards, you can make them work. Just take this off auto. Ugh, stupid block damage. Stay one. Only I had a champion in this team composition here who could strip the buff, but I don't. I mean, Saphira's been unlucky, but equally he wasn't able to do the Razelvarg fusion, so hasn't been farming Ultra Nightmare, and that's ultimately where you get a lot of shards, and that kind of creates the luck thereafter. So it's kind of like you need to be able to farm Ultra Nightmare as quick as possible, because that's where you're going to get all your shards, and that ultimately is going to dictate your account. Like, Nethril was a fantastic legendary. It was such a hard carry on my main account. Like, the main reason I was able to beat our Doom Tower the first time I did it on my main account was Nethril. Like, the stuns, decreased speed, decreased turn meter, like, so strong. I forgot Brogni. What do you mean? I mentioned Brogni and Theodore. They're the only two legendaries that I've actually pulled that are good. I also pulled one other who's terrible. So, let's just pick a few champions here. Maybe a damage dealer. We'll just put the Husk in. Why? Yeah, Saf took a long break. He wasn't around to do the Razelvarg fusion, and the Razelvarg fusion really is the main fusion that this free-to-play challenge series. It's like the defining fusion of 2023 for a new account is Razelvarg. The defining fusion of 2022 for a new account was Helikath. Yeah, Nari the Lucky is the third legendary I've pulled. But if you look at like the total number of shards I've pulled on this account, you actually go back over all the summoning videos, to have only pulled 3 legendaries isn't that high. I think a lot of people have pulled a lot more than that. And people say, oh, you've not pulled any. You know, not pulled any shards, but I actually have. I've just saved a lot as well, but I've actually pulled a lot of shards. And I've typically pulled most of them during 2x events. So, you know, you to a certain degree, you create your own luck. And that's kind of always been my play style, is to try and create as much luck as possible. But in those 3 champions, yeah, try and create as much, you know, luck for myself as possible, maximize the chances to get good things, and then see what comes, and then just make do with what you can. But if I hadn't pulled any of the legendaries I had, I don't think it wouldn't have ruined my account if I didn't have Theodore or Brogni. Presumably I would have pulled a different legendary. But actually, the main legendaries that have really driven the account overall have been the fusions, or the free champions. So like Ronda, Razelvarg, Arbiter was a big one. Artak was huge. Ronan was really pivotal. But yeah, Brogni and Theodore have been massive. But if I didn't have them and I had, say, 2 other legendaries, certain content I wouldn't have been able to do, but there's other content maybe I would have. So it's it's so arbitrary. Anyway, let's just finish a little bit more on the Doom Tower secret rooms. I think we've actually only got one left, so let's just get it done. And that'll be a nice. This will be our first 12 out of 12 in terms of doing all the secret rooms. And we'll just toss that in. I think 3 of these champions don't even have any. That wasn't what I wanted to happen. Let me just quickly start that. I wanted Demitha to go A2, so I would increase the duration. And now I should be able to full auto. And basically, Demitha and Brogni together in this team just can't be killed. They just can't be killed. It's so hard for any of these weak champions to kill them. Right, what else? Let me read some of the conversation that's going on. Nari is questionable. Yes, Nari is questionable. Not a great champion, but not awful either. Like, does actually have some use. And I could see Nari, like, Nari just needs a small tweak to the kit to actually be a good champion. The main issue is the provoke is on too long a cooldown. That's probably the biggest single issue with Nari the Lucky. If they just reduced the provoke by 1 turn, or made the provoke a 2-turn provoke instead of a 1-turn provoke, then suddenly Nari is an interesting champion. But, you know, it isn't. So, and who knows if they will ever get round to rebalancing Nari. What else? How do you still play and have fun? When I got Arbiter, that's when my fun in the game ended. Well, I set objectives for myself. So once I got Ultra Nightmare on farm, which actually I got Arbiter before I got Ultra Nightmare on farm. So my first objective of the game was to get Ultra Nightmare on farm and push the Arbiter missions as quickly as possible. So I was doing those 2 together. Once both of those were done, my next 2 objectives were next 3 in fact, were to get Hydra normal on farm, to get Faction Wars completed and get Lydia, and to beat hard Doom Tower / beat all 3 normal stages. Yeah, this room's looking quite tricky now. We are down to the 2 champions we said we thought would be down to. And we need to figure out, well, let's try and take down the healer. I think that will be our next best thing to do. But these 2 champions are pretty unkillable. And we can't really be debuffed. They're not really going to get through our shields. So it's going to be a bit of a attrition. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I set myself objectives, and it's like, well, I've beaten all 3 Doom Tower normal rotations now, but I haven't beaten any on hard. I still haven't got Lydia because I haven't done all of the Faction Wars. I've beaten Hydra on normal. I can farm that very easily. So the next kind of set of objectives, beat Doom Tower on hard, which I'm trying to do right now. Progress further in Faction Wars, ultimately get Lydia. That's kind of an ongoing objective. And maybe after this rotation of Doom Tower, because I'm currently focusing on trying to beat hard Doom Tower this time. After that, maybe I'll look at trying to transition my Hydra team into hard. So there's always so many different objectives you can set yourselves, and there's like long-term objectives and short-term objectives. So right now my short-term objective is to see if I can beat hard Doom Tower. I'm at floor 100. I can't beat Scarab 100 currently. I can't build my Theodore strong enough to be able to solo him. I can't get enough stats. For the Theodore solo, I need 350 resistance plus realistically 280 or maybe 270 accuracy, and then enough speed and effective HP. And I just can't build all of that in regen. I just can't do it at the moment. So that isn't something I'm currently able to do. But we've still got like 9 days, I think, left. And I think I might be able to do the traditional kind of TM control route when I have the fusion, when I have Gnut. I'd be able to use Gnut, Hykertoon, Miscreated Monster, Cold Heart, and then someone else. It might be Armiger, who I have as a 5-star. Not sure I can get the build on Armiger to make it work. I now have an Allure as well, who I could make 5-star too. If I need to, one of those two could become 6-star, because I might need them to be 6-star to be able to do Scarab 100. But I think I'm in a good position to be able to actually do Scarab 100. I might not even need to do Armiger or Allure to 6-star. I might be able to get away with doing it with one of them being 5-star, or using like a Stag Knight or a Deacon or something else. It depends partly what Blood Shield rings I have, which aren't many. So there's quite a lot of potential avenues to be able to beat Scarab 100, but we're running out of time. So I've got to beat Scarab 100, which I think I'll be able to do, say, after CVC, because we need to get to CVC, summon Gnut, level him up, make him 6-star, give him masteries, do all of that, and then beat Scarab 100. Then try and beat the next 10 floors, which is going to be really hard as well and might not be doable. Then need to try and beat whatever floor 110 is in this rotation. I can't even remember. I think it's Nether. Is it Nether? Might be. In any case, there we go. Before we get there, 120 floors done, 12 secret rooms cleared. That's the first 120-12 I have done on this account. We'll save the hard secret rooms for another day because it's 20 past 9 already. But yeah, Scarab 100, and then we'll have Magma 110. I think I can beat Magma 110, and I think I can actually beat Frost Spider 120. What I'm not sure about is, can I beat these floors in between? And like I said, I think I will be able to beat Scarab once I have Gnut. But right now, I can't. Basically. That's where we are. I also think Gnut's going to help a lot on certain Doom Tower floors as well. Right, the very, very last thing I'm going to show today, the absolute last thing, is the champion chase. So we've done all the rest of the fusion. We've done summon, we fused the epic void, and we've done a load of mystery shards for champion training. And we are now, what, 640 points away from this legendary tome, which says to me it's basically 1 or 2 sacred shards and a little bit more in terms of mystery shards to get the legendary book, which I may as well do. So we will go out with 1 or 2 sacred shards as a summon. 2 because we got an epic. Rearguard's actually a really good champion. I really like Rearguard. Very good champion. And the second one is another epic, And it's another husk. That's my third husk. Anyway, it is what it is. I don't think I need 3 husks. Anyway, where does that leave us? Like I said, I think it's 138. I will do that off stream with mystery shards. Basically, I've got, 3,900 mystery shards anyway. So I'll just summon the first 20 or so right now, and then I'll do the rest once I've logged off the stream. So yeah, I have a few questions on the summoning video today, why I didn't go for that legendary tome, and the reality was I wasn't ruling it out at that point when I recorded the video, but I hadn't done the rest of the fusion and I hadn't done all of the champion training that was required, so I wanted to see where I'd end up and whether it was then worth it. And given where we are now, it is essentially worth it. So what I'm going to be doing as soon as I've logged off, either tonight or tomorrow morning, just go through, level up all of these 1 stars, make them into 2 stars. I'll probably even use an energy refill to make some of the 2 stars into 3 stars, because I want to be in a good position where I can make more 6 stars as soon as possible. I think if we look at it, I've got enough food to make Gnut into an instant 6 star, and I've got, you're going to be food. I've got 4 more 4-star 40s here, because I probably want Archmage, or there's actually a few candidates. There's Snicktrack, Drexar, and Archmage, all as potential candidates for the 6-star after Gnut. So a lot of options, but yeah, I just need to crack on, summon all these mysteries, get that legendary tome, and then we'll be in a good position when CVC starts, and we'll take it from there. Right, thanks everyone who has stayed around and watched this last, hour and 10 roughly. We've had, ballpark 120 viewers the whole time, which is pretty good. Pretty good overall. And yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks everyone for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.